is going to, the way that our Marysville campus is going to look moving forward. That will include removing some of the portable buildings that are no longer used. It'll include taking down our old dorm buildings that are currently vacant, but it's also going to include something that's pretty exciting from my perspective, and that is a weatherization and a paint project. Coming up here at the end of October, there's going to be a facilities use team that will come together and work to establish what I hope will be a really vibrant effort to try and paint our buildings to look a little bit more like this is a college campus where students come to learn. And that project is currently scheduled to be completed by next summer. So in a year's time, some major facilities projects will happen, including removing some of the old buildings and removing some of the portables and painting the campus. But there are some other things that are going to happen too. One of those is that we have some organizations in the community that have volunteered to come together to redo some of the landscaping at the entrance to our Marysville campus. So the Rotary Clubs of Marysville and Yuba City have partnered with the Say Love organization, and they had originally planned to do this project over the spring break timeframe this year. Because of COVID, that project got delayed, and so we are hoping to establish that project to actually occur this spring. That will mean that we will hopefully be able to reach out to students to come volunteer and help us to work with them to do some landscaping and beautification work at our Marysville campus to make that entrance and the area along buildings 1800 and 500 look a little more vibrant and exciting. All together, all of those projects are a part of what I hope you all as students will contribute to, and that's the ASYC effort and initiative to identify some ways to help our Marysville campus look more like students learn here. I'm looking forward to Zach's work to identify the priorities of the students and to take those priorities and include them as we move forward, because I know that when you come to our campus that you want to feel welcomed and excited about being here, and so we're taking some steps to make that happen. I also, want to touch base just on some COVID reminders. I know we are 6 or 7 months into what has been just an incredibly challenging pandemic, that we all experience it in different ways. But I do need to remind you or ask you to remember that if you are coming to campus, whether you are attending a class or receiving services in our student services or library areas, we ask that you keep a couple things in mind. The first is if you are experiencing any symptoms, a fever or a cough, if you've lost that sense of smell or taste, that we ask that you don't come in that day. Most, if not all, of our services are available online via phone or a Zoom meeting, and so I would ask that you seek those services in a different way. If you are experiencing symptoms, please reach out to your faculty member and let them know you're experiencing those symptoms, because we want to make sure everybody stays safe and healthy. And the first step to that is to stay home if you're experiencing symptoms. I also want to ask you to remember to wear a mask. You need to be covering your nose and your mouth when you're on campus. So you should, I should have used the words face covering, I apologize, but please wear a face covering when you are on campus. It protects you and it demonstrates that you care about those people that you're coming in contact with. So please wear a face covering. And the last is social distancing. You can see that there are signs up. There are frequently X's marked on the floor where we're asking you to stand. And the intent of that is to make sure that we keep some distance in between each other in order to continue to create a safe environment for all of our students as well as our faculty and staff. So please keep social distancing in mind when you are here on campus. The more we can comply with that, the safer environment we can create, and the more likely it is that we can keep moving toward trying to offer things face-to-face, because we've demonstrated an ability to keep safe and keep healthy. The last reminder I have is about the risk survey. This is the Revealing Institutional Strengths and Challenges survey, and it was sent to all students. The intent of this survey is to help us to identify if there are specific barriers that might be causing you some struggles as you are working along your educational journey. It's an opportunity for us to gather some information about where we might need to put some additional resources or pay closer attention as you are navigating your time here at Yuba College. I want to encourage you to take that survey if you've received it, so that we can use that information to do better for you as students. On the next slide, the last thing I want to remind you about is how important it is for us to continue to contribute to being YC proud. I have shared with you in our last Zoom session, I will continue to share that it is a goal of mine to establish a culture where we are all proud to be here. And when the opportunity presents itself, I hope that you will share the great things that you are doing while you're at Yuba College. I know that I frequently share incredible stories that I learn about all of you as I go through my day, and I hope you'll do the same. So please, continue to try and work toward being YC proud with all of us, whether you share that through your social networks or your social media networks. I hope you'll join us in that effort. It was great to see all of you today, and I believe at this point I'm turning it over to the other president here at Yuba College, the president of the Associated Students of Yuba College, Mr. Zachary Carling.
And please take the poll right now as well while we're waiting for Zachary's slide to come up.
Thank you, Tony. Hello, everyone. Yep, Zachary Carling here, ASYC President, Associated Students of Yuba College President. Basically, you're a student body president. I just want to check in with you guys and give you an update on what we've been doing so far this semester and what we are currently trying to do as well. We had a brand new team come in this semester in COVID-19, trying to figure out how ASYC works and how we can actually help our student body. And we got right to work. One of the first things we were able to do was institute a new club, the Journalism Club, which brought back our student newspaper. We used to have a student newspaper called The Prospector 2 years ago, and it went defunct, but is now back through the efforts of the Journalism Club. And so we were able to have a hand in that. And if you haven't already, check it out, theprospector.org. That is your student newspaper run by the students, for the students, of the students. Another thing we've also been doing is representing the students' voice in multiple committees at the college and district and state level. Each member of ASYC has to join a committee to represent the student voice. There are multiple committees, again, like from the college level, here inside this college, up to the state level. So we've been diligently representing the student voice, trying to find out what the student voice is, what you guys' opinions are, and then bringing that feedback back to people that make the bigger decisions. Recently, we actually just appointed a student trustee for the Board of Trustees at the district level. So you can see we're trying to get as involved as we can, and we're trying to do as much as we can, and we're doing it little by little, making as much progress in the time that we have had. And we're also trying to get stuff done for fun for us on campus, right? I'm a student, I want fun stuff to do on campus. One thing that a student suggested to us in the past was celebrating Tolkien Week. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and other works of J.R.R. Tolkien. And during the third week in September, we got to celebrate that. We had a couple students volunteer for exit readings over Zoom. We had a local cafe, the Steelhouse Coffee, do a Zoom Tolkien trivia, complete with prizes. And so it is, that I like to point out as an example, right? We had a student want something, and more than one student asked us to do this. And so we were able to get it done. And hopefully we're going to try and utilize that more in the future, having more events like that. And as suggestions come in for what we can do, we're going to try and implement those as best as possible. We're right now investigating how we can get more student involvement on events, what platforms would be best to use, what would include more students. So I recommend, if at all possible, contact us, get involved with ASYC. One thing that we are trying to get as much student feedback on as possible is the Campus Beautification Survey. It went out 8 days ago, I believe, in the morning on Tuesday, and that Campus Beautification Survey will be open until Thursday. If you have not submitted it yet, please do so. We're trying to find out how we can change this campus for the better. As Dr. Dodson pointed out, she's already working on this, right? ASYC wants to work on it too. Excuse me. And so we're also looking for feedback. So please give us your voice so that we can use it and that we can make a difference on campus and help foster this Yuba College proud spirit, right? So we can have a campus that we can come to in the future to say, hey, yeah, this is a good looking campus. So please contact ASYC if you have suggestions, if you have questions. We have office hours. Now, some of it is in Zoom, some of it is available in person, but I would say contact us via email. We will get a reply to you within a couple days, at the very least, hopefully sooner than that, but at the most time, a couple days, we'll definitely get back to you. That's the Zoom link right there. Please feel free to contact us with any questions. And if you want a student ID card too, we can make appointments to make that happen. One thing that startled me when I started out in ASYC was that for a certain amount of students in a population, you have a max for how many students can represent that population. Right now, we have 10 members of ASYC, and that is not nearly enough to the cap for the thousands of students we have in this college. So I implore you, please get involved with ASYC, contact us and work with us and join our team so that we can better represent the students and we can better get stuff done on campus. Thank you.
Okay, we've got another poll if you guys can answer that, and then we'll talk about the spring schedule. So we are working really hard on the spring schedule. As of right now, we're trying to get the schedule up and running so that you are able to see it on October 26th. Registration begins November 16th. That's for priority registration. Be ready for that. Know that right now, because of where we're at and the color we are in, we are still looking to be primarily online. It's going to be probably about 80% online. Our easy to convert classes have been moved that way, and about 20% face-to-face. Some of those are the hard to convert, and some of those are your hybrid courses where you might have lecture that's online, but you need to come to class for some sort of lab. The way you're going to see this when you're looking to register is you'll see a fully online class will show as distance education. That means it's asynchronous and or it's fully online. You don't have to show up at a certain time. It's just completely online. We're going to have hybrid courses. How that's going to show up as hybrid, and it's going to show a set time and date of where you need to show up face to face. So it will give you times and dates. You'll know it, you'll see it. Then if we are going to have an online course that is synchronous, it's going to be listed as broadcast. And when I mean synchronous, that means it's online, but you have to show up at a certain time because there may be a lecture going on face-to-face via Zoom. And with that, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, and we are going to move to our next presenter, which I believe is Christina Panucci. Oh, it's Riley.
Hi, everyone. I'm Riley Frederking. I'm the MESA specialist and Hard Math Cafe tutoring facilitator here at Yuba College on the Marysville campus. Today, I'm representing some of our Yuba College tutoring centers. We have 4 main centers: the College Success Center, Sutter Tutoring Center, Writing and Language Development Center, and the Hard Math Cafe. Combined, we currently offer tutoring for over 29 different subjects. You can see listed here on the slide some of our main ones, but this includes English as a second language, computer science, accounting, psychology, So don't be dissuaded if your course isn't listed here. Chances are we offer it. And if not, we are more than happy to work with you to try to get that going. On the next slide, you will see we offer scheduled tutoring, which is small group or one-on-one weekly sessions. And when possible, specific to your instructor and course. So that's kind of a neat option. We try to do that as often as possible. We also have drop-in tutoring. Now, we don't have drop-in tutoring for every subject, but for the main ones, especially English, math, statistics, chemistry, and even some computer science and physics. That's a no appointment needed. It's first come, first serve, and we're open Monday through Friday. That's a great option if you want to supplement your scheduled sessions, or if maybe you don't think a set schedule works for you. You are always welcome. You can come as often for as long as you want during our open hours. We also have test review. Generally, this is in combination with your scheduled sessions or at request upon instructors. But those are just a few of the things that we offer. On the next slide, I want to let you know how to contact us. We're here for you. Even though we're remote, we try to be as present as possible. One of the quickest ways to find out about our different centers and services is through our webpage. The link's here on the screen. I'll also post it in the chat when I'm done. But you just need to go to the main Yuba College Yuba College webpage. Go to students and tutoring, and then you'll find links to all of our different centers, services they offer, how to access us, and our hours. So you can also follow us on social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Yuba College Tutoring. We like to post memes, jokes, brain teasers, and also we frequently post how to access our centers. Also, I put up there my email address because we're here for you. I'm also here for you. Sometimes it's nice to be able to talk with somebody about the different tutoring options. Please shoot me an email. I'd be happy to schedule a Zoom session so we can sit down and talk about your options and figure out what works best for you. Okay, so please reach out. There's a misconception that tutoring is only for students who are struggling, and that's just simply not true. It's really nice to have a peer to be able to bounce ideas off of or brainstorm your projects, get study skill assistance, clarify concepts from lecture, and of course we're here for homework support as well and test studying time. So just always feel free to come by. You are always welcome. I will post our Zoom ID link in the chat. Drop in, talk to me. I'm there most days. Sometimes it's just nice to have a friendly face. So please reach out to Riley at FREDER at, nope, I even misspelled my own email. I'll put it in the chat for you because I can't think and talk at the same time sometimes. But anyways, drop by and see us. We're here for you. I think Jasmine, you're up next.
Yes, it's your hard act to follow. So hi everyone, my name is Jasmine Basi Chahal, and I am one of the IAs in the WLDC. So what we have to offer our students, we can give you support on any written assignment across the curriculum and disciplines. So we provide one-on-one weekly tutoring, one-time appointments, group tutoring, and then students can submit their work for feedback, and we provide feedback within 24 hours. So say if you send in feedback on a Friday, then you will most likely get it back by the end of Monday. Then the next slide. So yeah, recently for me, I wanted to make sure that our students can navigate our website very easily, especially our Canvas, because in this new Zoom world, it's very complicated and it can get very difficult. So me and my tutors, we worked on the Canvas site, and we're now going to tackle on our big website, our main WLDC website. So this is just a little glimpse. On the next slide, I can show you guys what we've kind of created. So yeah, that's what we're up to. And I will provide my email and the two other IA's email in the chat because I just realized I didn't do that. But yeah, come visit us.
Hello, my name is Crystal Ferrer, and I'm the Campus Life Technician, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the different campus life activities that are offered. I know if you are a previous student, then you're used to seeing activities happen in the quad, movies happen in the theater, plays happen in the theater, going to sporting events and things like that. Campus life's a little different this year, isn't it? It's all virtual. We've offered a variety of different activities where you guys can still chime in and post gifts about it, post what you're doing to celebrate or recognize that day. This week is LGBTQ+ week, and there have been some TED Talks that have been shared out. There'll be some articles that are going to be shared out later on as well. And we're also recording a session on allyship. So we definitely invite you to watch some of these once they're posted. And some of the things that Campus Life is doing for the rest of the semester includes the events that are listed. What I encourage you to do to reach out virtually is on Ugly Sweater Day, take a picture of you in your ugly sweater. I am pretty sure we could get a pretty good competition going on that. Extra points for ones that light up because those are amazing. Same thing, Brownie Day, make a tray of brownies, share what your recipe is. Let us know what that's gonna look like, because we don't need to be separate at home, we can all be together at home. And that's the cool part about what Campus Life can do, is we help bring us all together in the online forum. The other thing that I really want to point out is this month is been Hispanic Heritage Month, and we've showcased a lot of our amazing employees that identify as Latinx, and we look forward to bringing more Heritage Months to you in the future and really talking about what great people and what great organizations we have in the community that highlight the diversity that makes up Yuba and Sutter. And we really look forward to you guys joining us with that. Next slide. How can you get involved? Virtually, it's like I said, it's interesting. You can't just come into an office on campus, although there is an office and you are welcome to stop by as long as you wear a facial covering. We're located in the 300 building near the bookstore. Feel free to stop by if you're looking for an application for ASYC or something like that. Ways that you can be involved is by joining ASYC. They're always, as Zachary said, looking for senators to represent you and all of the students that are here. That could always mean nighttime students, exclusively distance ed students. So if you've always done online learning, you would have a great contribution to the different perspectives that students are facing right now. We invite you to join and share your voice. Same thing with the clubs. They are still going strong. Site Club is meeting on a regular basis. Media Club, Journalism Club, Soy is going. Join up. And if you can't find a club that interests you right now, start one. Be a part of the leadership, take a leadership role, and figure out what great things that you can bring to this campus as well. Because I can guarantee you there are other students on campus or virtually on campus that may have the same interest that you do and are looking for people just like yourselves. Next slide. What I would like to encourage all of you to do is to stay in touch. We have a lot of different ways that you can do this. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the Yuba College app is definitely one of the best ways to keep up to date with everything that's going on campus. That includes all of our virtual events, any recordings that we may have of panels. It includes the student town hall today. It's all going to be there on the app. There's a lot of collaboration, and a lot of different programs are definitely trying to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. Take a look at these. You can contact me through any of these methods. And then additionally, I'll leave my email in the chat as well so you can reach out. We look forward to seeing you hopefully either through virtual office hours, in one of the meetings, or in a club. Thanks.
All right. This is Amin Kandola, and I'm going to give you an update on counseling right after we do the poll. All right. So I just want to remind students, our EW process for spring 2020 and summer 2020 due to COVID, you want to make sure, because of the volume of petitions we're still getting, we're asking for your help. If you can please email your instructor first and let them know that you're going to be requesting an EW and ask them if they would support your request for an EW. Then go ahead and complete the petition. We've got the link here. And then you want to make sure that you send that completed form along with the response that you got from your instructor to ycstudentpetitions@yccd.edu. Now, sometimes we know students have reached out to instructors and they have not received a response. I don't want you to worry. Just wait, give them about 5 business days to respond. If an instructor hasn't responded, go ahead and still turn in your petition, because what we will do is we will reach out to the instructor on your behalf to see if we can get a response. Okay, next. So that process was for EW for spring 2020 and summer 2020 because grades have already been issued. The EW process for fall 2020 is a little bit different. We want you to stay in your classes. Just like Riley had shared and Jasmine had shared about tutoring that's available to support you, please use those resources. If you need other assistance, please reach out to your counselor. If you know you absolutely have to drop a class, the easy EW process is to drop your course, complete the EW form. The EW form is here. It's different than the student petition. Okay, you complete this form, and from your Yuba College email account, you're going to go ahead and send it to ycadmissions@yccd.edu. What I need you to remember is the deadline is coming up. It's November 13th. I would not wait because you don't want to forget and go past the deadline. If this is something you're going to do, please get that in as soon as possible or at the latest by November 13th. Next. Also want to remind you that if you are planning to transfer to a CSU or UC for fall 2021, the application for the CSU has opened. The deadline has changed a little bit from what it traditionally is. It does give you a few extra days from October 1st to December 4th, 2020. The application link is here. We have a lot of application guides, videos. We are also doing a whole lot of application workshops to help you. You can go to the Yuba College transfer page. You can click on this link and it lists all the workshops that are available to help you. The UC application, the window opens November 1st through November 30th. That's actually the window for submission. It's already open. If you wanted to start filling it out, you really could. You also don't want to wait till the end, because for some unknown reason, a lot of folks wait till about November 30th, and then the system generally tends to have a lot of problems on November 30th. And so you don't want to get yourself caught up to that because there is no exception to the rule. So November 30th is the deadline. There's not going to be I had this crisis, that's why I couldn't do it. They generally do not accept anything late. So it has the link there for the UC applications. We are also doing workshops for by our counselors as well as UC staff. We've partnered up with UC Davis and they will be doing some of the UC workshops. So you want to visit the Yuba College transfer page to get the dates on there, and you want to be prepared for those. I would not wait till the end. If I can't stress that enough, don't wait till the end. Please start on it now. Start working on it if you're planning to transfer for fall 2021. Next. We also want to tell you that registration for spring courses, as mentioned earlier, starts November 16th. If you need to see a counselor for your spring courses, now is an amazing time. We have lots of appointments that are available. Because sometimes what happens is November 16th comes around and then people on November 16th want to get in to see a counselor that day, and that runs across problems. So we have lots of open appointments that we can suit for your time. So please, if you need to see a counselor, now would be a great time for you to make an appointment. You can do it all online. And even if you're serviced by a categorical program, so if you're in EOP&S, CalWorks, DSPS, even with financial aid, you can make all of those appointments all online in one spot. So it's kind of cool feature. Go on to apps.yccd.edu/ESARS. We also have a drop-in counselor that's available at the counseling department for your quick questions. We have a counselor available Mondays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you know, hey, I just got a couple of quick questions, you can just come by. Just come by. We have a counselor that's available. If you'd prefer to call, you can try to see if the counselor is available. They may just put you on hold for a while or have the counselor call you back as soon as they're available. So know that if you need to see a counselor, now would be a fabulous time to sign up. If you run across any problems, just come by the counseling office or give us a call at 530-634-7766 and we would help you out. Thank you.
So good afternoon, everybody. I'm Devin Crosby, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer for the district. And speaking of registration, thank you, Amin. Registration is going to be a little bit different this year. As you'll notice, if you happen to be one of the 300 people that were part of the pilot last year, we started implementing registration in self-service. If you look at the top of the website, you've got self-service/WebAdvisor. And starting about November 9th, you're going to see that just say self-service. Then we can go to the next page real quick. We are in the process of getting rid of the old WebAdvisor system. It's served the district for nearly 20 years, and I think that's long enough. We're going to a more modern website that hopefully better suits your needs. And to get to that, you would go through our single sign-on or through that link at the top of the page on the last slide, and then click on the YC self-service. And go to the next slide, please. So you're familiar with WebAdvisor and what's there, and what you see here is really everything is moving out of WebAdvisor to self-service this round. There will be only 2 items really that we're going to push from self-service back to WebAdvisor. So you may see a couple places, and that's really going to be the 10-day to pay status and your class schedules where you'll go see that WebAdvisor look. But otherwise, what you're going to see is more like what we've got on this next slide. Once you're in self-service, you may have already seen it in the last registration process where you had to fill out your required agreements in here. You're going to have the same thing this term, but you're also going to have a whole lot more. Course search, student planning, and realistically, student planning is going to be something I think is going to be very helpful for all of you. Can we go to the next slide, please? When you get into student planning, you're going to have the ability to see your progress towards your degree or your program. You're going to have the ability to actually plan your degree and your class schedule out over a multi-year period. And you'll be able to see, I don't have one right now, but you'll be able to see your class schedule from this screen in a visual format. You'll also be able to go into your progress and complete what-if scenarios, seeing what it might be like if you decided to change your major, or look at alternative programs, or maybe even add a certificate. You'll also, like I said, be able to build your multi-year course schedule. We'll go to the next slide. So we understand this is going to be a major change. To help you transition through that, we actually are going to have several Zoom information sessions, as well as pre-record walkthroughs that will be available before we launch. The 3 scheduled Zoom sessions are going to be for November 10th, 12th, and 18th at the respective times as shown. We did try to mix it up with a couple during the day and one in the evening. You can also email help desk or call help desk, emailing help desk at helpdesk@yccd.edu. And registration, like we already mentioned, begins on the 16th. So we hope you enjoy the new system, and we look forward to your feedback.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine from the bookstore. I'm the store manager, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information about us, let you know that we're still here. So we're open Monday to Thursday 8 to 3 and Friday 8 to 12. We're in building 300. I have our phone number down at the bottom if you need help locating us on campus. Give us a call and we'll give you directions. You can visit us anytime at ushop.com, our website. You have our course materials, supplies, and so much more on there. Like you can buy a Hello Kitty mini fridge. There's so many options on the website. And the main thing I wanted to talk about was viewing your book. So unfortunately, I don't have a screenshot from what it would look like in the self-service site, but essentially when you're searching sections, there's a view books link that is issued from the bookstore. So when your faculty communicates their book order to the bookstore, we enter it in our system, which then is relayed to WebAdvisor or self-service, and you can purchase your materials there, view availability. So the link to browse that stuff would be in your WebAdvisor or self-service when it launches. Or if you ever want to just see your personalized shopping list when you've already enrolled, you can go onto the list.fallatdiscover.com/Yuba. That will give you an A to Z shopping list with your ISBN, the title, the author, the class it's associated with. If there's any supplies, they'll be listed there as well. And then at the bottom, I just have my contact information if you'd like to reach out to me for anything. I'm here for anything you need. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Burns. I'm the Director of Athletics and the Director of Kinesiology, Health, and Athletics. I'm also the President of the Alumni and Friends Association, and will spend a little bit of time, just a quick update with the Alumni and Friends Association. So due to COVID, all sports have been pushed to the spring semester. They have not been canceled, but the sports seasons are pushed to the spring. We're still hopeful that we will get to have those seasons, and we will publish the schedules for those seasons in November. Some of them are done and ready to be made, but there's the potential for lots of changes still. So we're kind of holding on to those, and we'll release those a little bit later this semester. If you'd like to, we don't know yet if fans will be allowed to attend, but if you do want to attend, there is a reduced fee for students, but you will need your ASYC student ID card. So not only would you be supporting athletics by coming to an event, you'd also be supporting the associated students. You can follow Yuba College Athletics on social media at Yuba Athletics on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Basically the same ID name for all of those. And if you are interested in participating in sports, you need to contact the sport coach as soon as possible. Much of our sports are just now finally getting to do some face-to-face activity. It's very limited. But we are hopeful that some preparation now will lead to a normal, regular, very productive, exciting sports season in the spring. I did put the coach directory if you did want to reach out to a coach to find out how to get involved, and I will put that in the chat here when I'm done. So with the Alumni and Friends, I'm the president of the Alumni and Friends Association, and how this relates to our students is that the Alumni and Friends aspires to support student projects, campus facility issues, and programs. And so in particular, if you are a student that is wanting to be in a club or is in a club, a social club on campus, we have done some supporting of those programs. And so to request a funding project, a project for funding, there's a link there that you can go to. It's the Alumni and Friends Association page. And with the help of your student advisor, you can request some funding for whatever project you might be involved in. And certainly encourage you to engage in student clubs. And we, as the Alumni Association, we want to support those efforts as well. So that's the extent of my update. Thank you.
So it looks like we've had a lot of information being put in the chat, but we haven't had any questions. And at this point, we are at the end of the presentation and want to know if anybody has any questions or comments. Well, I want to thank everybody here that came to support the students, all of the students that are here to show that we are giving you the information that you need, and we are here to support you. Dr. Dotson, would you like to close us out with any closing statements?
Yeah, I'll just echo what Dr. Tweed shared, and that is that I think this was a great opportunity to connect and share some information about how you can be successful at Yuba College this semester. Know that we are here for you as you navigate this new version of your educational journey, and we look forward to continuing to work with you along your path. Don't hesitate to reach out if we can help. Thanks for keeping us all Yuba College proud. It was great to see you tonight.